Hey bitches, welcome back to Jabbr. I'm your host, Jono Madison, and today we have the gorgeous model actor Ty Talley. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. So, what's going on? What's up?
I'm good. I'm just kind of, hustling and hustling and hustling nonstop. I just moved into a new apartment right in Hollywood, and I'm just kind of living my extreme home makeover edition life
I
at Home
love,
Depot and Lowe's.
I
So
love it.
that's literally where I live. So
Butch realness.
right, no, seriously, like power tools, drills, wrenches, lasers. I've got everything. I swear to God.
You have lasers?
You wall lasers. Like, first
Oh,
of all, not what do you think I'm talking about? Like laser guns?
I don't know
No,
what you're
like I
talking
have
about. I'm like lasers. I'm
like
like,
look, she's such a femme queen. She can't even. She's like, wait, lasers? That what do you use that for? Like you can get those at Home Depot.
I don't know you can get lasers there.
Okay, like yeah, that's what I've been. That's kind of what I've been like, kind of occupied with for like the time being. But it's great. I love where I live now.
That's awesome. So do you have any big plans for Halloween in a few weeks?
I literally haven't even thought about Halloween, to be honest. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna do something. I don't know. I feel like you just throw rhinestones on anything, and it just makes it a little bit more fabulous.
Yeah, just put rhinestones on your dick and just walk down Santa Monica Boulevard. Done.
Well, then I wouldn't be in a costume. That would just be regular a weekday outfit.
Oh, well, that's what when you go to Santa Monica Boulevard.
Okay. Me and my white pumps and just my bedazzled genitals.
Speaking of Santa Monica Boulevard, it goes right through West Hollywood. And we had
Right.
this fun little concept talking about WeHo Confidential.
Oh yes. Oh, the West Hollywoods of it all.
So I'm a California native and I was born and raised here in LA. And when I was 17, I started going out to, like the clubs and whatnot. And totally, totally got a feel of what, like what WeHo's all about.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, West Hollywood is a special place. It's a little imaginary world that lives right in the middle of Los Angeles, where
Mhm.
nowhere else is like it in good ways and bad. But I think it's just I don't know. It's a very interesting place to be.
Yeah, it's like its own planet. And there's
Yeah.
a bunch of strange and unusual people there.
What I
Just
didn't realize though is coming to Los Angeles. I've never been. Being out west is kind of like very new for me. I've been here for 2 years, but other than moving here, I've only been to California one time prior to moving here. But I didn't realize that a lot of the people that you see in WeHo don't actually live here.
mm,
Some, but the majority of them travel sort of a distance. I heard of somebody was like, "Oh, I live in Calabasas, and I drive to WeHo Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night." And I'm like, every 4 days a week, you travel from Calabasas to here
mhm.
for to go out and be seen and dip in. Like I just
In a way, also too, it's like LA's little safe place. Like it's
yeah.
it's where the gays go to feel safe, to live their life, to wear their tank top during the winter and live their
What's
best life.
what's crazy is to the straight people, it's a safe space, but to the gay people, it might not be the safest place because these
Really?
twinks are vicious. The twinks are vicious out here
Oh yeah, that's
with
true.
their silver tongues.
Yeah, they're hungry. I came up with this list of like top 3 people that like live in WeHo from what I've seen, and
Okay.
people who I know. They're probably going to get mad at me, but hey, whatever.
Uh-oh.
So
Here we
one,
go.
we have the people who are industry people. They work their ass off. They like built their establishment in West Hollywood, and they're what keep the city going essentially. And then
Okay.
there's the other people who have accommodations in place, to live their life, be happy and comfortable.
Okay.
And then we
Okay.
have uh, the third person. They're basically trust fund babies on a journey, and
Not
we
a
get to
journey.
yeah, we get to see that on Instagram.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would say those categories are pretty correct. But it's what's interesting is you never know, and it's like a lot of the people don't want you to know what category they belong to.
Yeah.
And it's very, what I've noticed in Los Angeles, and it's a very strange thing that only happens here, is the first thing you ask somebody is like, "Hi, what's your name and what do you do?" And it's just like everyone's so interested in, yes, it's an industry town, and yes, it's in like an industry like being in entertainment and things like that, and you want to find out, if a lot of things are based on who you know, and if you know somebody that does something, then it can help you and benefit you, and it's of course a collaborative thing that helps, but also it's a bit shallow and superficial because you don't really care to get to know the person unless they can benefit you for one thing,
Correct.
that you're looking for. But we all come here. We all come here. That's how this town works. That's how the town is built. Is, hi, how are you? What do you do? If you can help me, then we build some sort of relationship. I don't necessarily think that's a friendship. I think that's an acquaintance situation and a work situationship. You know what I mean? And I think what's interesting is there's a bit of a blurred line to where when people ask you, what do you do? Of course, we're all homosexuals out in West Hollywood. So it's riddled with a little bit of shade. It's riddled with a little bit of, ulterior motives to find out what you do or who you're sleeping with, or, and why do you have so much money, or what do you do to get your money? Mm-hmm. Which is, it's a bit messy, but it just is what it is. But I just think it's such a bizarre, it's a bizarre phenomenon that happens here.
Yeah, it's kind of like the song by Ariana Grande. It's like, "What's your motive?"
Very that.
And so we're always on the alert. Like they're like, "Okay, so what are you here to do? What are your plans? What are you good at? What can you do? Okay, can I have your phone number? Okay, let me put this in here," type of thing.
Right. Well, and what's crazy is you see in those three categories that you have the people that work their ass off to build their life in West Hollywood, right? Movers and shakers. I look at some of them as chic gays. That's what I kind of call them. Like movers and shakers, the people that are moving and, yes, like some may live in an apartment, but they're saving up their money to buy the furniture to put in their house that they want to own because they're working. So like those are the movers and shakers that I see.
They actually own their.
That's what I'm saying. It's not rent. It's not rented or put on layaway. You know what I mean? They're and those people are the most admirable, and I think those people benefit from the work situationship game of, oh, you're this, you that, and I think within that, when movers and shakers meet movers and shakers, I think then you see a team collaborative of people getting together and using one another's resources of like, oh, I'm here, I'm working, I'm doing this, I'm working. Oh, do you know a construction guy? Oh, do you know a gardening guy? Like, it's like in that way. And I've seen that world work, and it works really well because there's some sort of, I think, what's the word I'm looking for? It's some sort of like legitimacy when you see somebody who is hardworking, knows what they want, knows their goals, isn't lazy, and is up doing these things, right? You see there's like this legitimacy to them, and then that it helps you kind of work if you are that mover and shaker. But if you're not, because some of the other Instagram models and people that have dreams and don't do anything but go to the bars every single night, those people, and it's hard to differentiate which one is which sometimes.
Yeah.
But when you look at the people that are just out living their life and on a journey and doing whatever it is that they're doing, it's like, oh, I want to be a singer and a songwriter, or I want to be this and I want to be that. And it's like, well, what are you actually actively doing? That's another thing that you see when one group is very definitive in what it is. Then the other one, the lines are a little blurred because they look legit. They look like they have some sort of legitimacy to them, but really it's just like, oh, I'm just on a journey and I want to live my life and I, this, that, and the other. And it's like, those people wake up at 11 noon every day, don't really do anything. And that's where it gets frustrating for me, because you hear these people talk about their dreams, and you hear these people talk about their aspirations, and it's like, well, no one here wants to know what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? What are you doing? You're getting up every morning at 11, 12 o'clock, going to going to lunch, and then the
Mhm.
gym, and then what, dinner, and then going out. You're not acting. You're
Yeah.
not modeling. You're not singing. You're
Yeah.
not following your dreams. You're wasting your time.
Yeah. Wasting time and money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, though, there is their money wasted, because sometimes it's just in a trust fund just for them,
Hmm.
and it's just there.
But I've encountered, because like I shoot tons of, these little gay boys that come from all over the world
Yeah.
essentially. And so, talking to them, seeing what they're about and whatnot, and hearing their stories, like they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, doing this type of thing, like because I'm in my journey. And I talked to you like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, you're not doing anything. And, like
Nothing.
you're still
Nothing.
like you're still in the same spot. Like you're not like where's the
You're
progression?
still going out.
Where's the hunger? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
where's the need to push yourself to do these types of things and work? And then it becomes like, like that fictional like saying, like it's La La Land. Like everyone goes into
Yeah.
this trance of like, oh, it's Hollywood, oh, it's so glamorous and everything. Is it really? Are you doing what you said you're going to be doing? And then, or have you actually walked on Hollywood Boulevard? It smells like piss.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Mhm.
But it proves a good point. I think what I've noticed being here, and in like probably most recent months, what I've noticed is this place that we live was based on like a realtor's, like, selling point. It's like, this is Hollywood land. You know what I mean? I think the land fell down in like 1929 or something like that. But this fantasy that they were selling, oh my God, you need to live in the hills. These are the Hollywood land hills. This is where you need to live. This is amazing. And it's this fantasy that these people created to give to people. And what I've noticed now is, to the movers and shakers, they always say this one thing: LA is what you make it. And the key to that saying was, it's what you make it. When you make LA the fantasy, it actually becomes your reality. So when you work hard to do that fantasy, you have these crazy dreams, you have these crazy things, you just start doing them. And then soon enough, your fantasy of what LA will be for you is going to be your reality. And a lot of these people, these movers and shakers, live in homes, own their homes, are
Mm.
doing the work. They've created this fantasy. And yes, it takes hard work, and it takes a lot of luck. I will say that. It takes a lot of luck. But you have to create that. Like the realtors created this land of property where you needed to be. And so when you see these people like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, don't say you're going to do it, just do it.
Mhm.
And it's like when people visit LA and you want to show them around, you've got to give them the fantasy, right?
Mhm.
That's the idea. Give yourself the fantasy of when you live here, and then it will actually happen.
Don't take them on the main streets.
Well, no. So I also see, and this just may be, so I'm originally from Ohio, and so in the Midwest we believe in, earning something. You work hard, you earn what you worked for, right? And then I frequented New York, and I lived in New York a couple of times, and not for very long, but I think in my early 20s I frequented so much that it kind of raised me as an adult. It kind of gave me that grit, that toughness, that hustle mentality. And with that, I come here, and you see how like lax everything is, and almost, I want to say, lazy. You see how slow people move. In New York City, it's like boom, 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 boom. It's like, an example is just even going to Fire Island in New York City. You have to get up at 6 a.m. You have to go take the subway to the Penn Station. You then have to take the train to a different location. Then you have to get on a taxi, and then you have to get into a ferry, and then you get on the island, and you're there by 9:30, 10 a.m. Here, we're gonna leisurely not set an alarm. We're not getting up at any particular time. Noon, we're going to go grab a bite to eat, to get to the beach at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock to get to the goddamn beach. The sun is about to set. What, like, it's just, it doesn't make any sense. And it's so lax and it's so lazy, but that's how people even work here. It's like, oh, well, do you want to do a meeting at, 11? Why can't we do a meeting at 8:30, 9? Are you not awake? Like, what's going on? I don't understand. Like, you want things to get done and you want to create this fantasy for yourself and you want to create this luxurious life, but you don't want to wake up. You enjoy sleep too much. And with what you said about the hunger, it's like, you're not going to have to get hungry. You need to get starving. You're going to have to get some dog inside of you to get the gears going and to get, your ass up and moving.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
And it's not hard. That's the thing is, it's really not hard. You just have to start.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to start. And that starting point is every day, sometimes every hour, sometimes every minute. It's the wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, you got to do this for yourself.
Yeah, I feel so guilty booking Ty Talley at 12:30 today.
I mean, I've been up since 6 a.m. But that's every day. You have to.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, what's the point? What is sleep gonna do for you?
Yeah.
It's just,
These bags are real. They're not.
Yeah, but also bags also come with a Prada logo and a Balenciaga logo.
Mm-hmm.
So bags are bags, honey. They're always gonna be there. Yeah, and that's what they made concealer for. They
have a light shade of beige.
Listen, a little bit of, I think everybody on this earth, if they're going to be recorded on a camera, needs just a couple dabs of concealer, and that will clear all that right up.
That's the secret.
Oh yeah, it's not sleep, please, please, my God. But I think living here, I've seen the people. I've seen these categories of these groups of people, and it's just, you kind of know where you are and what you stand for, and it's up to you to change it. And everyone does something for a coin. You know what I mean? And whether it's sweeping chimneys, sweeping floors, mopping floors, having a sponsor. And if you're a queen of a particular age or you are old school, you know what that means. But and I also believe in, like, I've done so many things. Like I've cleaned I've cleaned homes, apartments. I've done literally everything. And if you haven't done something strange for a piece of change, I don't trust you. I mean, I really don't. Everyone has done it.
But like it comes down to it. It's like, like you see people giving and like they're just doing things for free. It's like, who's paying for it at the end of the day? Like, somebody has to pay for this, like, no matter what it is. If it's someone's driving somewhere, they have to pay for the gas. Someone's hosting an event, someone's doing something that needs some type of form of payment. Like, someone's paying for it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. And like, who's paying for it?
And it's, but I think there's also something about Los Angeles, is the difference between Los Angeles and New York is everyone in New York understands, and there's a collective understanding that we all need to hustle. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And it doesn't matter how you do it, you just need to do it. Here, it's a bit different because everyone's so interested in how you're hustling and what to do, how you get bills paid, or how you get gas for your car, how you get these things. And I think there's a sense of judgment with all of that, with a lot of people. And I think the judgment comes from, and what I was surprised when I moved here is I thought everyone was going to be gorgeous. I thought everyone was going to be successful. I thought everyone was going to be very confident. It's the most insecure place I've ever been in my entire life, because everyone's so beautiful. So everyone's so intimidated and scared of everyone. We're all human beings. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And we're not foreign to human behavior.
But a lot of that is Facetune.
Well, but in what's even in the physical Facetune of going to the dentist, if you know what I'm saying, and getting some work done on your molars and your wisdom teeth. Mm-hmm. I think even that part of it, the physicality part of it, it creates so much illusion and insecurity because, you know, you always want what you don't have, right? And with that, this place is so riddled with insecurity that it allows for the demons inside your mind to tell yourself you're not good enough, to judge other people because you're really envious of what they have and you're jealous of what they have and you want what they have. And that's the little dangerous part about living here. It's like you can, you know, succumb to that.
Yeah. And a lot of people who come here think that they have to be that, you know, like cookie cutter face, look, and aesthetic
Yeah.
in order to be successful. I have tons of people that come here obsessed with just pumping their lips up. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I have to like keep up with everything. Okay,
What do
you
you,
can do it. And like you look like Bozo the Clown right now, but like it's like, okay, but like look at everybody else. Like look at the real people. Like look at the
but
people who actually work here.
and the thing is, what's crazy is all these people, all these transplants come to Los Angeles thinking, oh my God, I need to go through the LA car wash. I need to get my teeth done, I get my nose done, I need to get my lips plumbed, a little bit of cheek, a little bit of this, some Botox. And it's like, are those people working?
No.
Are those people working? Or do they belong in a specific category where where accommodations are made?
I think they do belong to a certain category. Also, they get the care credit card. Certain places take that. I was one of those people. But you know, they're chasing the dream and chasing an aesthetic that they think is what they should be doing.
And it's like, for instance, acting. Like a lot of these people come and they're like, oh, I need to become the Zac Efrons, or I need to become I need to become the look of Hollywood, or like, you know, the girls come and they're like, I need to look like Kim Kardashian. And it's like, you know, you come here and you look like Kim Kardashian, but I don't know if anyone's told you, there's already a Kim Kardashian. There's already a Zac Efron. So the people that come and stay true to themselves and don't try to replicate something, you know, it's one thing to adapt to your environment and to your culture. And you've got to be adaptable to kind of fit in. You can't just, you know, not conform in some way, shape. You know, you have to be moldable, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean.
Why do you think casting directors host casting calls? Because they want to see something different. They wanted, right, like how you said, the Zac Efrons or Kim Kardashians, they go to them.
They'd call her. They'd call him.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think there's a bit of authenticity. And I think that word authenticity is like thrown around so much of people like, oh my God, you're so authentic. Oh my God, like your authenticity is amazing. Like it's not, I think that word has kind of just lost a bit of its like weight to it, because you look at people and you look at New York City, and this is what I just always think of New York City. It's like you think of original style, you think of originality, and here it's kind of a bit fraudulent and a bit fake because everyone's on their best behavior because they never know where that next gig is going to come from. And with that, you filter so much that you lose who you actually are, and you lose what people actually really love about you, and you lose the sweet, sensitive, you know, person that you actually are, because you filter all of it through just so you don't fuck up or look bad in front of whoever it may be. But and I think this is also something people forget. You know, we're so consumed with what people think of us and not messing up in front of people. And when we do that, we're so consumed with what other people think about us, and later on in life we don't care what other people think about us. Then later on in life, after that, we don't give a fuck what people think about us, right? There's one point
you put up a front, and you then wake up one day and you're like, what the fuck am I doing?
Right, but then there's one part where a lot of people don't get this until they're much older, and the part that I'm talking about is, if you think about it, human behavior, which we're not foreign to because we are all human, if we're so consumed with what other people think about us, and we're consumed with ourselves, and then we're consumed with not giving a fuck what people think about us, don't you think everyone else is thinking the same exact thing? Don't you think that no one is, the gag is, no one's actually thinking about you at all. because they're all thinking about themselves. So you might as well act a fool and do whatever you want, because it's almost as if no one's looking.
That's a good way to look at it. I never thought of it that way at all.
If you make mistakes, everyone makes mistakes. If you do these things, if you fuck up, it's what makes you likable. It's the it adds texture to your life. It adds texture to your persona. And if somebody is so perfect all the time, it's boring.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. You look at the careers of some superstars that and you look at certain careers that are like perfect all the way through, not missing a beat, not making a mistake. Icons, and I don't use that word lightly, but American icons. You look at these people and they're not likable because it's so perfect. It's almost mechanic. But then you look at people that mess up, that do this, that fail, that come back, that go away for a little bit and make a comeback. And it adds likability because we all fuck up. We all have these mistakes. We all misstep. But it makes you so much more likable. And that vulnerability makes people fall in love with you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't have that, you become bland.
Yeah, you want to be relatable.
Right. Well, that's the thing. It's like the relatability is what I talk about when I say, we can't be foreign to human behavior because we are all humans. So how can you be foreign to human behavior?
Mm-hmm. Can we just get together and just give Ty Talley a therapist license?
I've played many roles in my life, and a therapist is one of them to lots of friends and family members, of course.
We need to put your number down.
But let me tell you, my Venmo has not seen a goddamn dime from any of them. Not a cent.
I think you just take a weekend course and you can get that little paperwork and get that started.
My God. Just on retainer for whoever needs me.
Okay, we're going to take a little nap and we'll be right back. Hey bitches, if you feel like spreading your patronage, visit the Jono shop. Limited edition prints, zines, t-shirts, postcards, and more. Use discount code JABBR for 15% off your order at jonophoto.com. All right, guys, we're back. And Ty, do you have any other thoughts?
Yeah, I think just kind of to tie things up in a bow at the end of it, when or if you're looking to move to Los Angeles, and if you're a little gay boy in the middle of nowhere in Arkansas, Ohio, Florida, wherever it may be, I think coming here, don't get lost in the sauce. Just, what you came here for. The hardest part is getting here. And once you've made it here, now you make it happen for yourself. And I think with that, you have to, I know it's so cliche to say, like, stay true to yourself but to be honest, really, the authenticity is what makes you. And, there's no vacancy anywhere else. So stop trying to be anyone. Just come with what you have. You literally don't need anything but the clothes on your back, basically. And and you can make it happen for yourself. We did. We moved here, or you've been here, but the culture in Los Angeles is staying relevant in Los Angeles is the name of the game. Mm-hmm. And if you continue to do that, anyone can do it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's different about me. I never lived in the West Hollywood area. I was that one that did commute and visited the area and hung out with people there. I stayed there for a while, but I've always been one that was like a little bit outside, still part of LA. But just like I guess I viewed from a distance, and I knew my place. I knew who I was. I knew where I was.
Yeah.
So I chose to, be the little boy that grew up in Montebello that watched from a distance, and that was okay with it. But I guess you just have to come out here one day. Anybody who's listening, just come out here one day and just experience it for yourself, and just take it in for yourself, and you see what it is. Don't fall into the trends. Don't fall into the Hollywood car wash.
Oh yeah, the LA car wash. Yeah, of course.
And that's not necessary when you be genuine and true to you, you get those gigs because of you being you. And I
Exactly.
think that's what's most important. And Ty is just the advocate of that, and just love that.
No, it's true. It's and you know, I came out here and I've been told for years to change my look and to do this and do that. Another point to staying true to who you are and staying true to that authentic factor about you. You look at icons in the United States of America, American icons, Michael Jacksons of it all, the Madonnas of it all. These people have signature looks. You can create a caricature with no facial expressions, but you create one with a mole and some blonde hair with some dark roots and a red lip, you know that's Madonna. Because she stayed true to that, who she was. Madonna, let's be honest now, she's not the prettiest girl in the world. She's not the most beautiful girl in the world, but she has a signature look that she stuck to. And when you stick to that and you don't conform to certain things and you go against the grain, because it's just actually you just being authentically you, you then become what? An iconic figure. You Michael Jackson, you know, there's certain things that he did because, you know, they were just true to him. Like the high rise, the white socks and the high rise pants. It's like from his childhood, they couldn't afford pants that could go to the ground. So they wore those, and they didn't have black socks. They only had white socks. They couldn't afford to get the black socks. Yeah. So it's like when you stay true to yourself, but you see white socks and black shoes and black pants, you automatically think of Michael Jackson. And when you stay true to that, you then have an iconic look and you then have a signature. And I think that's what it's all about here is that if you have a signature, if somebody is able to easily recognize you from a character that somebody has drawn, you've kind of done it.
Yeah. You're right.
When you think of, you know, a big booty and a pink wig and some big breasts, you know, you think of Nicki Minaj. You know, you think of a pink bang wigs and a big, you know, ass shots and big titties, and you know what I mean. There's these characters in American culture and in American history that are easily recognizable, but they didn't conform to everyone else. They didn't go through the car wash. I mean, they had a couple things done, but you know, they didn't conform completely to become somebody else.
I personally have been through the car wash on a special, like, you know, when they have their little specials and the coupons in the penny saver.
It was on Sunday. On Sunday, that's what it was. Of course.
Yeah, you know, it's a busy day, but you know,
okay,
get my discount.
You just go through and get the express wash, and then everything's already taken care of.
Yeah. Just, you know, just the minor, the basics. I have a question for you. So what was something that was asked for you to be changed?
My hair was a big thing to be changed. My hair has always been a thing.
That was like something that I loved about your aesthetic, was just like the way that your hair was just formed. I just love the way that looked.
Yeah, I've been told to change my hair. I've been told to cut it. I've been told to make it smaller, make it tighter, make it, you know, more a bit less urban is what they say. You know, can you make it a bit straighter? Can you do this? I've been asked to do a plethora of things. And for me, it's just like, did Ariana Grande even flinch when people told her to take down her ponytail? Now you see all these girls out here walking the streets with, you know, the snatched back high ponytail. Like, I'm pretty sure you were just.
Your face would look so different if your hair was short. You wouldn't look like you.
And that's the thing. It's like, you know, and it's like, yes, I was talking about adaptability and being moldable. It is moldable because I've packaged and created this quote unquote look for myself that I think is sellable across all points. And I know it is. It's not the most perfect. It's not the prettiest. It's not the most muscular. It's not the most perfect thing, but it's something.
Yeah.
And it's my thing.
Yeah.
And that's the most important part. Because one day, let me tell you, you're going to look at a caricature of some curls and a jawline, and you're going to be like, I know who that, wait a minute, hold on now. Now I know who that is. It's going to happen.
I can see that. But the message here is to just love yourself,
Okay.
because ain't no one gonna do it out here.
I know. Listen, you can try, but it ain't gonna
No, no,
happen.
that's not true.
I think also a thing that I've been listening to. I think that with that, someone said, I believe it was Jennifer Lewis that said, make sure you love yourself so that when love stands in front of you, it won't be a stranger. And I think that's the most important thing. Because if you figure out how to love yourself, it will not be a stranger when it comes in the form of a man, woman, or something in between standing in front of you trying to love you. It
Mhm.
won't seem foreign.
Well, like, like one of our Greek gods that we have here in West Hollywood,
Wait,
RuPaul.
what did you call me? What did you call me? What is
If you
it?
can't love yourself,
How the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I
yeah,
get an amen? That's
yeah,
what it is.
yeah, and it's true though. You have to be
100%.
you have to be able to love and care and take care of yourself in order to
Yeah.
shine and to
Yeah.
be something.
Yeah.
Okay, you mentioned to me that you're working on something,
Yeah.
right?
I've got a little project coming about. I'm starting a podcast and I'm going to be filming. I think it might be out by the time this is out.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but
Wait, what
yeah,
are you
I'm working
talking
on.
about? We do not film in advance. We film the day of.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, tomorrow. It'll be out tomorrow.
Okay, okay, okay.
No, but it's a podcast. Basically, I've been the quote unquote therapist to a lot of people and a lot of friends and a lot of family, and I've been given the gift of gab. I have the ability to kind of tell a story and take people on a journey and take people out of their day for 5, 10, 15 minutes at a time and kind of take them somewhere else, make them laugh, entertain them, tell them a story, connect with them and make them feel something. And with that, why not put it on, press record and make it happen naturally? It's something I do every single day, so I
Mhm.
might as well just start doing it and share it with the world. Everyone's got a story, tell it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what my podcast is basically going to be. It's going to revolve around just kind of storytelling and helping people, giving people little Ty Talley tidbits on how I've gone through life and how I've made life easy for myself, how I've overcome things. And with these Ty Talley tidbits, I think it can help somebody. You never know. It could be somebody listening, somebody that just so happened to walk by somebody listening to this and then hear something, and then you never know who it can help. Like I said, we're not foreign to human behavior. We all have experiences that connect with one another, and when you share them, you then create a space to where you feel like you're not alone. And I think that's what it's all about.
That's beautiful. And I would love to help you with it as well too. If you need a guest that has
Of
issues.
course, of course. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Of course, I'd love to have you. I'd love to.
I'm into it. So where will we find this when you announce it?
It'll be on. I mean, you can follow me on Instagram at Ty Talley Official. I'm on Twitter at Ty Talley. Oh, and also the only reason there's an official at the end of it is because somebody with a lion as their bio pic or whatever stole my name, and I can't get it back because they won't give it to me. And it's not even an active profile, so that's why it's like Ty Talley Official, Ty Talley underscore. It's hard out here for a pimp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just
But the
yeah.
point is it's official.
Okay. And yeah, and so then I'll probably announce that on all of my platforms at the same time and just kind of, splooge everyone's timelines with all of my stuff, like I always do.
I'm into that. Thank you so much, Ty, for coming on and sharing your experiences with WeHo. Some of my experiences, we're just talking shit. And
Okay.
and like talking about like your new podcast. I'm really excited for it. I'm excited to see what you're gonna do with it. Excited to contribute to it. And
Okay.
and yeah, I'm excited to see like what you have coming in the next few months.
No, thank you so much for having me. You asked me to do this, and I was like, of course, excuse me, of course. I would love to be here and just talk shit and record it and just post about it.
Why
Just,
not?
are you like, who doesn't love a little bit of hot afternoon tea?
Seriously. Thank you so much. And I hope everybody enjoyed their episode and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
This is Jabbr Podcast, executive produced by Jono Madison. If you have a question, comment, topic, or story you want to share, we want to hear it. Email jabbrpod@gmail.com or send us a DM on Instagram or Twitter @JabbrPod. This podcast is intended for entertainment purposes only. Stories and mentions are not meant to hurt anyone or their subtitle parties. Intro and outro, LA Step by WE.